So come to my mat in the middle of the day, and this guy is supposed to be learning how to stay off my mat. It's been a challenge. This is probably the third day. Okay, off the mat, off the mat. And so, during this pandemic, I think I'm not alone in the people that have added new little creatures to their families. And with that, you may know that if you're in the same boat as me, your practice changes and you have to adapt and try and figure out how to coexist. And so I thought I'd have a little bit of fun with it and just kind of see what I could create with the idea of just doing something different and trying to connect with you, with my new puppy. His name is Kobe, and maybe help you find ways to figure out how you can maintain your practice when you have a puppy. And so with that, grab your puppy, grab a few toys, put them around. One thing that I have is there's this piece of yoga mat that I actually would use as a prop when I go hiking, kind of something if I wanted just to roll it up in my pack and have available to me. But it's seeming to be a good place for me to send my puppy once in a while, just to find if he seems to like the texture of my mat, and so it gives him a whether or not it's working, I don't know. But anyways, there's an idea for you. So if you can sort of excuse a little bit of the extra scratching and noise, I think he's relatively mellow, that we might be able to get something done. And hopefully your animal is doing the same. So if you're able, go ahead and close your eyes, find a comfortable seat, and just listen to the sounds. And find your calm breath, the breath that is adaptable, that is flexible, but that is also determined and dedicated to taking care of yourself. And say hello to that breath. Say hello to that energy. And if it feels like you've exhausted that energy, go ahead and imagine that you're calling it back. Imagine that you have this magnet, this magnetic energy about yourself at this moment, and call back that energy of yours and let it come back to you. And as that energy comes back, you want to make room for it. Make room for that energy that's your energy. So perhaps there's other people's energy that you've picked up along the way. Maybe energy that says you're selfish if you keep your yoga practice while you should be attending to this new creature or other responsibilities that you might have. Whatever that is, you have your own set of ideas. You don't need other people's judgments. So just invite that energy to leave your space. Maybe it grounds down into the center of the earth and magically goes back to whoever's energy that is. because surely they need their own energy, their life force. And go ahead and flutter your eyes open. And let's just set our arms down to our side and inhale, sweep our arms out to the side and up. Hands touch, bring them down in front of your heart and let them down to your side. And do that again. Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up, bring your hands together in prayer, bring them down in front of your heart. Take a moment and pause and give thanks, and then let it go. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bring down in front of your heart and pause. Give thanks for this moment and release. Inhale and exhale. And this time, hold your hands in front of your heart, and we'll start our practice with one Om. Inhale. Flutter your eyes open, and let's come to hands and knees off the mat, sweet. Off the mat. Over here. Look. There's your mat. Over here. Yeah. So coming on to hands and knees, we'll do a little bit of cat-cow. So inhale, look up, send your sit bones up towards the sky. Go ahead and arch your back. And then exhale, push your hands and knees into the mat, round your spine like a cat. Go ahead and look down towards your navel. Exhaling. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And exhale. And let's push back and come into down dog. And pause and feel right here, wherever you land, no judgment. See where that is. Kobe, off the mat, off the mat. Yeah. And then come up on your toes. He's challenging me. Up on your toes, hips high, strong legs. Feel that. And then exhale, drop the heels down. Kobe, off the mat. And once again, inhale, come up on your toes. And exhale, drop your heels down. Now let's work with the pelvis here. Exhale, just a little bit of a rounding. And inhale, send those sit bones out towards the sky. Push into the palms of your hands. Exhale. Round your spine just a little bit and inhale. And then go ahead and walk forward. Half lift. Exhale. Fold forward off the mat. And inhale. All the way up to stand. Arms rise, look up. Exhale, bring your hands down to your side. Yeah. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands through prayer. Bend your knees. Set your hands down on the ground. Extend your legs straight as they're able to. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat, bend your knees, and right, your heels may come up. Let's just hold here, squatting down. And so you can walk your hands out to counterbalance and just see if you can drop those heels a little bit towards the mat, feeling your Achilles tendon gently stretch, just a little bit here. Breathing. Nice and calm. And let's rock forward onto our hands. bring our feet a little bit wider, like mine are as wide as my mat. Feet are turned out a little bit. We're in Malasana. You can keep your hands on the ground while we just settle in, let the hips drop, rock side to side. Hold it here. Yeah. Somebody's else? Oh, good boy. Yes. And then as you're able, bring your hands into prayer. Now, bringing my elbows together, reach my arms long. Feel that rounding in the spine. Rocking forward and back, and forward and back. Now to settle in, and I'm going to squeeze my elbows with my knees, my adductors, low bellies pulling into the spine gently. And push it away and let it go. Just go ahead and let your hips open. Breathe here. And then with your adductors, push your shoulders together. Resist that with your shoulders. Push it together. Resist it. Push it together. And now let's go ahead and inhale, pushing into our heels. Rise up. Exhale. Come on down. Cody, no. Inhale. Rise up. Exhale. Come on down. Hey. Yeah. Inhaling. And exhale. Come on down and settle in here. Okay, here you go. Here you go. So we're settling in here. Let's go ahead and bring our hands down to the mat. And if you have, let's start with baby crow. So, we're squatting down. You might find that nice rounding in your spine. Bring your forearms onto the mat. You're going to try and get your knees as high up your shoulders as you can. And so remember that same pushing in, squeezing with your legs, and resisting with your arms. Same thing happens here. Okay? And so we're just kind of lift up, squeeze and round, and play around with that, okay? And then when you're all done, just come on down. Alright, so go ahead and spend a minute or two. Play around with that. I'm going to go ahead and do it one more time. And sometimes it helps if you bring your feet together so you can really get down in there. Come in, lean forward. Hold it here, breathing. 1, 2, and 3. Let's just land it down. Now for those of you that want to try the crow, it's a little early on, but I'm going to probably keep this pretty short. So let's come on up here, feet together. And one trick that you can do is you can grab a block. You can perch on top of the block to get your hips a little bit higher up. And it helps give you a little bit of space so you can really get down in here. Okay? And you want to get those knees like right up, same area, up on the side. And we can just lean forward and play around with picking up one foot. Pushing in, leaning, seeing if you can get light on your other foot. Let's try with the other side. So, leaning forward, lift up one leg. See if I can get light on that second leg. And then you can land down. So play around with that. I'm going to give you a minute. And for those of you where that was pretty easy, you can do both. Leaning forward, looking forward, lifting that head up and rounding mushrooming out the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now maybe you shoot back, so leaning a little bit forward and shooting back. And it's nice because you have this block here to keep you from crashing down. And let's come into child's pose. Set the block aside. Set it up here, keep it safe. So knees wide, coming into child's pose. Let's walk forward. And rest our head down. Inhale. And again, inhale. And sigh. Inhale, coming on up on your fingertips or your palms of your hands. Walk over to the right side. Reaching this left arm long, maybe up on your fingertips on the right. Finding that nice length in your spine. Pulling back on your left hip. Feeling that stretch along the left side body. And breathing here. And on the next inhale, come up on your fingertips, walk through center and over to the left. Right arm reaches. You drop the head down and maybe you use that left fingertips to give you a little bit of kind of push into it. Play around, feeling where you feel that stretch. And breathing nice and easy. Feeling the sensations, tuning into the messages that our body is giving us. Sometimes we're too busy caring for others that we don't feel the feelings that we're feeling ourselves. And come through center. And drop down. Until finally it's completely overwhelming. All right, back up on hands and knees. We'll do a couple cat-cows. You can do them on your own pace or you can join me. Inhaling and exhale. Again, inhale and exhale. And coming in, 2 down dog. Up on your toes and settling it down. Rounding your tail under just ever so slightly and sending the sit bones out towards the sky and coming forward on your hands a little bit, rounding and sit bones high. And let's go ahead and walk our feet to our hands. Inhale, flat back, long spine, and exhale, fold forward, and inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, and hands down to your side. Let's go ahead and send our left leg back, and extend that right leg, reach down, grab for your foot, your toe, your ankle, whatever feels right, and of course, we have our block, so if you want, you can use your block to give you a little bit. You want whatever feels right. Coming into Trikonasana. We're here for 5 breaths. Inhaling and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Find that length in your spine. Inhale and exhale. And inhale and exhale and inhale. Let's bend that knee just a little bit to make sure we're not hyperextending. Use the muscles in our legs to lift us up. Now go ahead and just turn the other way, okay? So come into Trikonasana on the left side and reach this block up in the sky or our arm reaching down, coming into the pose however you want to come. So again, you can reach for your toe, you can reach for your ankle, your shin, a block. Nice strong front leg, rooting into the back leg. Right arm reaches out, trying to find that nice, even, long spine. And we're here for 1. Inhaling, exhale, 2. Exhaling, 3. Exhale, 4. And 5. Inhale, come on up. Let's take the block with us. Okay, we're gonna do revolve. So we're gonna turn back around to the right side. Hips are level over this, and I like to bend my knee a little bit and send it back, just so my leg knows, like, hey, you're working here. In fact, let's start with bend it down, lift it up. You can bring your hand down to your quadricep and your hamstring and feel it working, right? What's working? And my quadriceps working. And is the hamstring working? Yes. Yes. One more time. All right. I'm going to use my block. I'm going to push into the block, finding that nice line through my spine, hopefully. Feels good. So that's what matters. And we're here for 1, 2, 3, 4, and inhale, exhale, look down, bend that knee, strong legs bring us up, and let's turn around to the other side. So, like we did before, lean down, bring your hand onto your quad, feel that working, bring it into your hamstring, feel that hamstring engaged, quadricep, hamstring, yes, quadricep, and hamstring, quadricep. And this leg should be working too, really strong leg, right? So send your block up, bend your knee just a little bit, bring it down. Find your footing, your feet, your rooted hand. This left hip comes back, and left arm comes up. All right, inhale, exhale 1. Inhale, and exhale 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Inhale, exhale 4. Inhaling, and exhale. Now bend that knee, grab your block, strong legs bring you up. We'll come out to the side. All right, let's turn our feet out. All right, we're going to use the block since we have it here. Okay? And the block is just going to encourage us to have something to hold, okay? So, you have a wall. Sometimes it's nice to make sure that you have something that can catch you so that you don't fall. Let's bring our block down. Let's go ahead and we'll start here. You can start block, hold it up towards the top. I'm going to bring it down, tap it, come up, down. I didn't tap that time. Down, yep. I might be overzealous thinking, if you tap it, we can go like this. There we go. All right. So now let's go ahead and take it. Let's bring it just straight out for this next one. Come on down, inhale. Inhale, come down. Exhale. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes at the top of the movement. Inhale, come down. And just go down as much as is comfortable. Let's bring our arms You can either go straight up overhead if that helps. If that's just a little too much for the shoulders, a little bit in front of you can also work. We're going to come on down and up, engage. Down, up, down, and up, down, and up. All right, I'm going to set this aside. Let's come into goddess pose. We're going to hold it, okay? Arms here. And you can just hold it. Rocking a little side to side kind of helps. 3, 4, I should be telling him to get off my mat. 5, Kobe off the mat. 6, 7, and 8. Now, if you can, come up on your toes. Let's hold it here for 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And bring it down. Hey, off the mat. Off the mat. Off the mat. All right, so we're going to pulse, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right, turn your feet in so they're parallel. Prasarita Padasana, hands to hips. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, fold forward. Coming down, hands to mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward, hanging down. And we're here for 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. Inhale, exhale, 5. Inhaling, come up on your fingertips. Hands to hips. Inhale all the way up. Inhale, reach your arms wide. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. And maybe do it the way you would normally. So if it's this way, change it up. And then inhale, extend your arms behind your back. Strong legs. Finding that length, your sternum. This breastbone reaches up towards the sky, towards the ceiling. And exhale, hinge at the hips. Low belly pulls in ever so slightly. And we topple our hands overhead. And we're here for 5 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And I lost count. So, anyways, hands to hips. Bend your knees. Drop the sit bone down. Send the sit bones up. Drop the sit bones down. Send the sit bones up. And then drop it down. You can bring your hands here, maybe walk your feet in. Let's go ahead and come on down. Okay, so this foot is flat on the mat. My knees up. This arm's extended. I'd like it to be a little more level, but I'm going to go with it. So, same thing as when we were in our baby crow. You're going to get that knee high up. Get this shin in your armpit. so that you can sweep your hand back and then windshield wiper it behind you. Take this arm, rotating it back. Reach for those fingers, find that bind. And you're just pushing down through this left foot, or whatever foot is on the ground. And turn. Breathe, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. All right. Come back to center. Let's just kind of lift up. Bring this foot onto the ground. Lift those toes up. Come on down to the other side. Okay, so same thing. You're gonna reach. Get this armpit just low down so that you can get that shin in there. And we're gonna sweep it back. Windshield wiper behind. Sit back up. And we're gonna reach for those fingertips. Okay, got it? All right. Turn your head, look out towards the ceiling. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. All right. Well, hopefully you can hear me. My mic is right here. Okay, it's getting a little ambitious. Let's just bring our feet together in Baddha Konasana. In fact, I think I will put my mic down here. All right, so feet together in Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet start together. You're gonna bring your heels in towards your pelvis, towards your pubic bone. And then you're gonna open up your feet like it's a book, right? It's a really good book too. Okay, so just open those feet, spread those toes, and so you can just keep it here. And so instead of holding on here, I'm gonna bring my hands back behind me and up on my fingertips, so just like this behind me. Sit up tall. Breathe here. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. All right. So you bring those hands back forward. Let's check and see if our feet are kind of open. So you're pushing down into your hip creases. Let's walk forward. Okay, so we're gonna walk forward, leading with our sternum. So nice long spine, not the Baddha Konasana where we're rounded. We're gonna just try and bring like our chin down towards, just a little bit forward. And sometimes you may want to bring it all the way down, but today I'm going to stay up high. You do what feels right to you, taking care of your body. And breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale again. Exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Now let's walk those fingertips back. Bring our hands back behind us. Once again, find that length in your spine. Maybe see if your hips, your knees will drop a little more to the side. Breathe here again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Now I'll go ahead and grab those feet. Let's check on that opening. I'm going to pull in, rounding my spine. We're pulling in so that my belly button is moving towards my spine, giving it a nice gentle support. I'm going to go ahead and bring my forehead down towards my toes, but only as far as makes sense. So pay attention And just breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Once again, inhale and exhale. And now push into your hands. Come on up. And let's go ahead and lie down on our back. So, I'm not quite sure if my shirt is going to support this too well. Here, let's try this. Okay. So, I have a knot in the back of my shirt that's keeping it from being super loose. So, to make sure that it settles in to the side of my spine. Okay, so bring your feet in. Their feet are pretty much parallel. They might be a little bit turned out, that's okay. Your knees are pointing up towards the ceiling. You should have a little bit of space underneath your back. May not be a lot, that's okay. And there should be space definitely underneath your neck in that rounding. You don't want your chin into your sternum, but you can, as we go kind of lifting up, you can reach your sternum to find that length in your spine. So right, your sternum reaches towards your head and your pubic bone kind of reaches back towards the wall and head of you. We're just going to come into bridge. Now, before I go into it, for those of you who want it just a little bit more restorative, you can lift up and just put a block underneath your flat part of your pelvis where that flat bone is. That's called your sacrum. And you can have that there. You can just kind of hang out, okay? And it feels quite nice. And you can still work on finding that length in your spine. So it's not completely passive. And the low belly button definitely hugs the spine a little bit, and you just kind of hang out here, okay? So that's an option. If you want a little bit more active, and then you're going to push into the heels of your feet and lift, pushing through these hip bones up towards the sky. Okay, knees are pointing up towards the ceiling, and you're looking up towards the ceiling. Okay, now if you want, you can interlace your fingers underneath your back the same way we did before, and then you can extend your arms straight out and lean into your arms or more into your shoulders, and breathe here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Now go ahead and release that interlacing fingers. Bring your fingers towards the ceiling. Elbows are pointing in towards the mat, and we can round down one vertebrae at a time. And let's go ahead and let those legs go long. Release the arms down to our side. Let's inhale super fully and sigh. Inhale. One more time. Inhale. Okay. Now let's bend our left knee. Bring it in towards our chest. Take your hands, grab around the shin and hug that in. And while you're hugging that in, maybe lift your head off the mat and extend that right leg as long as you can, toes pointed. Kiss that knee. Hold it here. Inhale and exhale. Set your head down. Release that down. Pause and feel. And go ahead and do the other side. So right knee bends. Comes up towards your chest. You grab around the shins. Lifting your head up. Reaching the left leg long. Kiss that knee. And inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Release that head down long. And send that leg. And drop your hands down to the side of your body, to the side of your mat, as wide as feels comfortable. Maybe shimmy side to side with your hips. Get every last little wiggle you need. And then just let go. Let's hang out in Shavasana for a couple minutes. And while we're here, we check in. So same thing, listen. And feel. And notice. And listen. And feel. And notice. I'm going to invite you to stay here as long as you want. And when you're ready to come out, reach your arms up overhead. Once again, find that length in your spine. And then we'll go ahead and bring both knees in towards your chest, bending your knees. Bring them in. Hands around your shins. Hug it in. Rocking side to side. You can keep your head down. And then extend one arm up overhead. You'll roll over to that side, resting your head on your arm. You can let go of your hold on your knees. Just let that arm drape. And listen. And we feel. And we notice. And go ahead and, if you're able, keep your eyes closed. Come up to a comfortable seat. Take your time. And bring your hands in front of your heart. And maybe think of one moment today that was exceptionally precious. Something you can be grateful for. Maybe it was a phone call from somebody. My brother called me today, and it was just nice to hear his voice. So whatever that moment is, re-experience that feeling of gratitude or of love. connection. Feel it, notice it. Reap the benefits. And we'll end our practice with one Om. Inhale. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, your free moments. I hope that however your home life is, that you find the moments of peace and joy and connection. Namaste.